Go fight it and I let him up.
What about that 1 minute between the rounds? If Ilya had to come out with that 1 minute when they were looking at him and he said he couldn't see, Justin might have stopped him right then. Ilya had a full minute to completely recover that he should have gotten. Inexperienced doctor.
They overruled Doctor who may not have been as experienced in this.
Mark said it was an inexperienced doctor. You gotta let them fight.
Gotta let them fight.
If they want to fight, you gotta.
That probably could have happened, but I think maybe more significantly was the eye damage. Both of his eyes were swollen shut. His nose was fucked up. He'd taken so many punches to the face, and it looked like perhaps orbital damage, like maybe he had a fractured orbital because his whole thing had just swollen up on both sides. He was unrecognizable. And, the guy hung in there as long as he could.
After the first round, his eye was bothering him. You could see that he got hit. And at one point he started covering his eye like this and was kind of, messing with it. And then, Justin just kept busting.
Ever wonder if ring rust is about to crash the party? Joe Rogan spotlighted the factor everyone keeps side-eyeing in this matchup. While Max Holloway is not dramatically younger than Conor McGregor, he has stayed busy battling elite opponents on the biggest stage. Rogan cited Holloway's recent victories and steady presence among the sport's best as proof that he enters his hyped showdown in sharp fighting shape. Meanwhile, McGregor has spent much of that period away from competition, raising doubts about how fast he can rediscover timing. Rogan believes Holloway's activity, experience, toughness, and composure could become decisive advantages as the fight unfolds.
Justin Gaethje versus Ilya Topuria, I don't know shit about fighting. I said every single prediction. Later in the week, I'm like, damn.
20%. You gave him 20%.
Yeah, no. There was a little bit, but in my mind, I'm like, dude, Ilya is so fucking confident and so sharp and so skilled, and Gaethje's too wild. Ilya's gonna knock him out. I was set. My mind was so set on that. He just fucking broke Ilya's face. He broke his mental. And that was that's Ilya's at the hospital 100%, probably for the next little while. That was one of the most crazy, inspiring performances I've ever seen.
Did it show on the broadcast Ilya fainting when they were leaving or not?
Yeah, he was resting on his brother's arms on the way out, nearly collapsing into him quite badly. Dude, he's got a broken orbital, broken cheekbone.
Is that confirmed?
I'm confirming it. I don't even know.
You're a doctor.
Based on the fights I've seen and the results that we've had back.
And your medical degree.
Yes, I'm actually Dr. Guru here.
Recovering from the damage Topuria reportedly suffered against Gaethje is a completely different headache than gearing up for another elite-level showdown. As things stand, the big question is no longer whether he fights again, but when he can realistically make his return. If these injury concerns turn out to be as serious as feared, attention quickly moves away from championship dreams and future rivals and lands squarely on rehabilitation and long-term recovery instead. Before anyone starts talking comeback stories, Topuria must fully recover from one of the most brutal, exhausting, and punishing battles of his entire professional career and recent journey.
Justin Gaethje against Paddy Pimblett. I think that he's gonna.
You think Paddy's gonna beat Justin Gaethje?
Easy.
Wow, really easy.
Yeah, easy.
Really easy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a crazy thing to say because Justin Gaethje's a fucking animal.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to grapple, and Paddy knows.
But he's a Division I wrestler. He knows how to grapple. You don't think he knows how to grapple? He just chooses not to. He chooses to stand and fight.
I don't think so. Did you ever saw him submitting someone?
I don't believe he's ever submitted someone, but I think that's because he likes to just crush people. He likes to bang it out and fight. He used to fight.
What everyone likes is to dominate people and to win as soon as possible. If you have the ability to submit someone as soon as you can, you would do it.
I think that's your mindset. I think Justin Gaethje's mindset is to be the most violent person alive. The thing is, man, don't think that Justin Gaethje can't win. Anybody can lose in an MMA fight. People get hit. In Ilya Topuria, one of his early fights, Herbert caught him with a head kick in the first round. Dustin is always just trying to. This is a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous guy for anybody. Fight. He's always moving forward, trying to smash you. He leg kicks you from inside the clinch. People forget it. Gaethje's a warhammer, dude. That guy loves battles. It's not like this tactical take a chance here, take a chance there. No, everything's take a chance. It's like from the very beginning of the fight. Way he fought, you're like, good Lord.
Yeah, he fights
like
savage.
a pit bull.
Joe Rogan's take perfectly explains what's defined Gaethje for years. Unlike many elite fighters who obsess over minimizing risk and controlling every second of a bout, Gaethje seems to thrive when chaos takes over. He drags opponents into draining exchanges, nonstop pressure, and uncomfortable situations where every mistake comes a price, and that was especially true against Turia. As the fight moved forward, that pattern became impossible to ignore. While Turia looked dangerous and in control early, Gaethje slowly transformed the contest into the brutal kind of battle that has always been his trademark. His ability to endure adversity, keep applying pressure, and stay effective late in fights remains a major reason for his success. Looking back, many believe the momentum shifted well before the finish, as the cumulative impact of Gaethje's relentless style gradually started steering the fight in his favor.
It was the greatest fight of all time. It literally was the greatest fight of all time. Because the guy that won it, Justin Gaethje, was in many books 6-1 favorite, or 6-1 underdog rather, which is crazy odds for a guy that was a interim lightweight champion, fought the best, one of the best to ever do it, BMF champion. I mean, just super durable, real dangerous guy. And that's how good Ilia Topuria is. That's how good Ilia Topuria is. Ilia Topuria, in many people's eyes, is the most skilled of the new generation, and the new generation is the most skilled of all time. And Ilia was like the top of the mountain. And most people thought that he was going to be too much, and he was too much for a while. And he almost took Justin out in the second round. And then Justin rallied. And then Ilia, it looked like he got really damaged in either the first or the second round, and he was having real trouble seeing out of one of his eyes. And then Justin started landing bombs in the third round. Ilia had slowed down quite a bit. It looked like he had really tried to finish Justin in the second. And sometimes when you try to finish a guy, you just hit the gas way too much and you can't recover in between rounds. And Justin recovered, and Justin started battering Ilia in the third and fourth. And by the end of the fourth round,
one of the most interesting parts of Joe Rogan's analysis was the respect he continued showing Turia even after the loss. He made it clear that Turia is still one of the most gifted and well-rounded fighters of his generation, which only makes the result feel even more shocking. According to Rogan, there were several moments when Turia looked dangerously close to taking complete control of the fight, especially during the opening rounds. But once Gaethje weathered that storm, everything slowly started changing. The momentum began swinging, the damage kept piling up, and Turia suddenly found himself facing a level of adversity he had rarely experienced throughout his climb to the top of the sport.
He had either eye. He had gotten kneed into the body real bad when he was on the ground. Justin had him down with his two hands and just smashed a knee into his rib cage, and you could see him go like that. And that was the end of the round. And then he had to retire on his stool. I mean, you
think he broke a rib?
That probably could have happened, but I think maybe more significantly was the eye damage. Both of his eyes were swollen shut. His nose was fucked up. He'd taken so many punches to the face, and it looked like perhaps orbital damage, like maybe he had a fractured orbital because his whole thing had just swollen up on both sides. He was unrecognizable. And, the guy hung in there as long as he could. But when you can't see, you can't see. And when you're that battered, sometimes it's smart to stop. And he's a very smart guy. And I think he realized, I can't defend myself right now. I can't see.
I can't defend myself right now. I can't see. Those words instantly put the spotlight on Turia's condition after fight. Concerns quickly grew over severe facial swelling, possible orbital damage, and troubling vision problems. Many fighters and analysts pointed out that compromised eyesight can turn an already dangerous fight into an even bigger risk, sparking intense debate about whether the bout should have continued as the damage steadily piled up throughout the contest.
Personally thought it was the most amazing sporting event that I have ever watched in my life. Absolutely pitch perfect. You put your heart and soul into this thing. Your organization put countless hours into putting this fight together on Sunday. You've had a few days now, a lot of money too. You had a few days.
I would never say anything. Listen, if you're thinking about retiring and that's what you want to do, it's probably what you should do. But On the flip side, you just beat an undefeated badass, decisively. Finished him. And I don't know. It's just something that he needs to work out with, himself and his own mind and with his family, obviously.
Yeah, if it is the way he goes out, it's again.
Pushing forward despite the damage is exactly what elite champions are known for. But while fighters are focused on winning at all costs, coaches, doctors, and officials have to think about long-term health and overall well-being too. Growing concerns over possible orbital, eye, and facial injuries quickly turn the conversation toward recovery, especially since these kinds of setbacks can leave lasting physical and psychological effects. That is why so many people across the MMA community are keeping a close watch on his rehabilitation, waiting to see how his recovery unfolds before seriously discussing any future return to competition.